Good morning. Good morning. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Saturday. I'm really excited about this conversation tonight. I want to welcome Sara Fernandes, and we're talking about building a side hustle without the hustle. Um, Welcome, Sara. I am excited to delve into this topic. Please introduce yourself, share a little bit about what you do.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited for the conversation as well. So I'm Sarah, and I live in France. So yes, afternoon for me. And I am a life coach, uh, and I have a lot of things going on. I'm a multi-passionate person, so I've always got a business going on. And so that's kind of what I do. I am the editor of a digital magazine, Life Mastery Magazine, for women, for the everyday midlife woman who wants to live her best life today, not tomorrow, not in 2 years, today. Um, and with that comes making money. I like money.
Like
And
money
it's
too.
part of our life, right? So I'm all about that. I'm all about creating multiple income streams, but doing it in a way that is aligned, if that's even a thing. So
Yes,
yeah, that's
definitely. It is
that's what I'm
definitely
about.
a thing. And I know right before we got on, we were talking about actually creating another word for side hustle besides side hustle, because that seems like it is that actually just the word feels draining. It's like hustle. I gotta hustle to just to make some money, just to have a little extra income. And it feels very mm, draining to me anyway, in my point of view. I would love to find another word, but hey, that's what we were talking about. But what I know you just said alignment. So when you're talking about building multiple streams of income that are in alignment with you, what exactly does that mean? Can you expand on that a little bit? Because for me, alignment is such another word that is kind of overused nowadays.
That's so true. I agree with you. When I say it's in alignment, I mean with you, not anybody else. It's not it's like self-care. When you think of self-care, when somebody starts talking to me about self-care, I'm thinking, yeah, another spa? What does that mean? And for me, self-care, it's going for a walk when everything seems to be going wrong and just trying to calm myself down. That's self-care for me, and I practice it every single day. I don't have to take a weekend for self-care. And alignment, it's kind of the same way. Oh, in alignment, you have to know when the moon is, um better for certain things and this and that. It's not about that. It's about something that feels good to you. It's about something creating not a hobby, but a business that speaks to you in a way. And for me, I do a lot of things. Like I said, I have a digital magazine, I'm a life coach, I talk about personal finance. But what is truly my thing, my passion, what I love to talk about is low content publishing. It's
Mm.
what I do. It's what makes me money. It's what I can do, and I can be so creative. It's me, and I can create books about just about anything, and that just lights me up. And that's really what I'm talking about. For somebody else, it might be life coaching. You know, for somebody else, it might be teaching English, whatever it is, or teaching French, whatever. It's
Mhm.
to do with the energy and how you feel when you do it. Because it's not all about the money when I'm talking about side hustles. Without the hustle, it's create that thing that you're going to do it even if you're not paid to do it. That's what alignment is for me. But of course, I want to get paid for it if I can. So that's bringing both things together, the income and what you really love to do. That's what alignment is for me. Uh, and I would There are subjects I would not create books on because that's just not me, and that it doesn't say anything, and I don't care how much money there is in that niche, if you will. But I, at the same time, because I am my boss, I create the books I can choose to create something that is important to me, that speaks to me, and to a lot of other women out there.
I love that. I love because there's so much out on the internet. There's so many diverse conversations, and it's like, which way do I go? What about this? And this one said that, and this one said that. Ultimately, it is about how it makes you feel. It is, do you want to get up and do this thing, whether or not you're getting paid for it? Do you? And yes, we all want to be paid for it, right? We do.
Of
But
course.
if the money wasn't there, we just still want to do it. And if that's a yes, then that is your side business. That is
Exactly.
your alignment. I know we just had a brief thing with alignment. Alignment to me means, does it is it making me excited? Is there
Joy.
joy, growth, expansion? Is it making me grow as a person? And at the same time, am I excited about it? So that I think is all important things. And I really want to point out one more thing that you said. Stop with the moon, stop with this, stop with that. There's so much out there. And I love the moon, I love the full moon, I love all of those things. But when we start to create based upon the moon, based upon, this thing or that thing, we tend to put ourselves in a box then. Oh, I can't do this. This is something that I has always been. I love talking. I love doing these interviews. And I remember somebody actually said to me, well, the moon's not in this phase, so we can't talk that day. And I
Oh.
just went, okay. And I was like, that was so interesting to me.
Mm.
It is truly about creating these hustles, this side hustle, this, I don't like that word,
Yep.
business on what makes us happy.
Yeah, and you're right, and I also agree that when you start to look for external things to validate it, that's not going to happen. It's you, it's in you, whatever feels right to you, because there's always going to be something not quite right. And that's another thing. People don't start a business, people don't start an exercise plan, people don't start because the stars are not aligned, because not everything is perfect. That's not going to ever exist. It's like when you don't feel inspired. For me, couch and a movie, because I'm not inspired. I'm going to, no, I start doing something boring. And then suddenly I feel so inspired that I don't want to do the boring thing. I want to go and create, right? But I have to get moving first. And we need to really start seeing things the other way around, flipping them.
I love that. Right now, you said something that's very important. Even if you're not inspired, get up and create, get up and do something, because action creates clarity. Action creates inspiration. Action creates that creativity. I mean, I want a billboard.
Right?
Action, action, action will give you that next step. Action will create that next thing. It'll open you out. You'll be like, oh my God, when I'm not inspired, I will actually go to do something, whether it's read a book. And it just recently, I started to paint rocks again. So they're waiting for that next step. And sometimes when that next step is like, I don't have anything, it's time to do that, because that will then get me in the flow because I'm focused here. And then all of a sudden, all these ideas will rain down.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I see that in my own life all the time, because I get paralyzed a lot if I just let myself, my head just dictate whatever. I get distracted very easily. I get sidetracked all the time. So I really need to hold myself a little bit accountable, because if I can blame it on the moon or something else, I'm going to do it, because that's just who I am, right? So yeah, I agree. And these conversations, for example, this might be somebody's next step. you know,
Mhm.
somebody who is stuck, who doesn't know where to begin. These conversations that you hold, that you have with your guests, I mean, they're really inspiring, and this is one next step. So it can be anything, but just don't sit on a couch and watch a movie all the time, because get moving. Sometimes just even going for that walk, sometimes just listening to something. When I clean my house, I put usually YouTube. I listen to whatever's going, somebody that I want to listen to, and suddenly I'm like, I'm not gonna clean my house. I sit down and I'm so filled, I have so much things that I need to do and I want to do and I'm excited to do. So just get those juices flowing, whatever it is for you. Just don't stop.
Yes, but the other thing I really want to go back to is there ever a perfect time, right? No, right?
Nope. I don't think so. And I was actually thinking about that, because it took me a long time to get out of my own head, right? And to start doing experimenting with other things. And like I was saying, I love low content publishing. I love creating the books. I love the process. I love the research and all the things. And for so long, I got so stuck and in my head. And also because I was listening to all these young people, nothing wrong against young people, but hey, I've been publishing for 2 months, I'm making 400,000 a month, and I'm here, like 6 months, and I'm like, yeah, that's not happening for me. What am I doing wrong? I don't know
Mm.
what to do, and then I would stop for periods of time, and that wasn't helping me, because there's also a lot of noise, right? So as we need to start today, not tomorrow, not in a week, today. Start with a simple step, because there's never going to be a right time to start. And then don't listen to everything you hear on the internet.
Uh, that is that is perfect. Don't listen to everything because what happens is they're telling you about this moment in time, but they're not telling you what led up. They're not telling you the amount of hours they put in to have that month. There's a lot of pieces that have been left unsaid. So now, all of a sudden, you become defeated, deflated. Oh my God, they've only doing it 2 months, and look, you don't know the backstory.
Yeah.
There are pieces missing. I remember being in a group, and this woman's like, this is what I did, but this is what I spent to get here. That was the
Yes.
first person who ever really opened the doors to show you exactly what they did to get where they are. I was like, that's fabulous. That's
Yeah.
fabulous. The amount of time, the years it took, the energy it took. I was like, thank you for sharing. Because so many are like, I'm here. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're here, but please, what were the steps to get here?
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
people are like, oh my God, I've been doing this for 6 months like you, and nothing's happened. And it's like, nobody's told you what's come up to get here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Exactly.
become despondent. Don't become defeated.
Yes, I totally agree. I teach other women how to start the famous side hustle, how to start publishing books, and they don't have to spend a dime to do it. They can start, slowly and getting into the process, because it takes a little time to learn to to do things. Now, if you want to spend $1,500 buying a book, a manuscript, paying
Mhm.
somebody to do the work for you, yes, it's probably going to be faster, but it's not zero. And let's face it, not everybody has some capital that they can just spend,
Yeah.
right? And then there's another thing for me, that isn't really aligned with me, because I'm very picky, like uh, be it contributors to my magazine. I want to speak to everybody first before I commit to publishing an article, because I want to see and that person is a real person, that person is, hey, yeah, this is me, this is what's happening. and not somebody who's trying to sell something, because I like to showcase other entrepreneurs, other women entrepreneurs.
Hmm.
I want to be sure that my audience is getting like the best of the best people that are real people, and saying it like it is, right? Um, and so I would never buy something to publish without being very sure that that's something that I would have done myself, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So yeah, we need to be careful, and we need to be, you know, you need to be okay with that. And for me, it's not aligned with what I do for my own business. It's not right or wrong. It's just the way people choose to do it and the amount of money they have to spend on their business to begin with, right?
And that's important. That's really important. It's okay for you to learn. It's okay for you to start here. It's
Yes.
okay. You know, so many are like, oh, we're here. You have to do this, you have to do that. No. You have to do what's in alignment with you, what works for you, who you are. Um, my mentor's always talking to me about skill set, really growing my skill set. And I'm like, whoa. And I got to tell you, we're in a society where it's instant gratification. But here's the thing, you have to grow your skill set. You have to work on the marketing. You can give it out, for somebody else to do, but it comes back to, is it in alignment? Is it where you want to be? Is it creating excitement for you? And I'm all for delegating pieces of your business that suck the
Yeah.
life out of you, suck the joy out of you. But there's also a place where we have to grow skill sets to really be accomplished in our side businesses.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And it all comes down to, why do you want to do it, right? And it
Mhm.
comes down to, what are you willing to put in, into that business that you want to create, right? I do affiliate marketing, but again, I'm not making millions. Do you know why? I don't um ever talk about a product that I don't know, that I haven't used, and that I haven't bought myself, and tried it out. And then I'm very limited, because I don't I don't try everything. If I try something that is awesome, I'm going to share it, whether I'm getting paid for it or not. But if I'm getting paid, awesome, I'm not going to say no. But again, it's things that I know personally, I know the people behind them. I'm very comfortable with sharing those kind of products, like um coaching program, whatever it is.
Mhm.
So again, I could just be an affiliate marketing, apparently making a lot of more money, like I see on the internet, if I would just market anything. But again, it's to do with you, and I don't think we are right now in a place to just try to sell everything, anything and everything. I don't think we're there. I think that's gone, and people are getting pickier, and I think it's a good thing,
Mhm.
because again, we saw it on the internet, right? Everybody, and we get confused because everybody's telling us different things. So people are getting a little bit more pickier, and I really think it's a good thing, starting with me and with you. We really have to try and bring things a little bit more home, because with the internet, which is a great thing, I mean, come on, we're here, right? But people just, I don't know. And then there was that time that we were in all locked up at home, and we needed things to do, and to consume whatever was out there. And now I think we're getting back again a little bit to being more, okay, does this really make sense for me or not? Be it with a business, with a product, be with a coach. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, that I think that's a good thing at the end of the day, because people like you and I that show up for our things, and we're very sure about what we're doing and about what we are sharing, I don't think we'll have a problem.
Yeah. It's about connection too. I think that's coming back. So when
Yeah.
you're sharing, it's people are watching you and they're like, all right, she's sharing that. And I've already, been in her world and I like what she's sharing. I'm going to do this and see where it leads me. I think that connection piece is really coming back because people want that. They want that connection. They want to have that friendship, that business relationship, those collaborations now, and those business ideas, those side businesses are being created from that. It is being created from your actual passion, but now it's connecting with the people around that is even making it a deeper, more having more fun, more passion doing it.
I think so. Yeah. I think I agree with you because um, we're more, how can I put this? I think we are more comfortable, and I speak for myself, when I don't buy anything that I'm not very, that I don't know about. I don't buy from someone I've never seen before, I've never heard speak, because again, everything is all over the internet, but I think you are right, those connections are very important. And
Mhm.
we're getting back to there, to that more networking, and I'm happy to see that networking is not what it used to be. It's not
Mhm.
about trying to sell your stuff. I mean, people show up, just, hey, I'm here, how can I be of service to you? Hey, collab, awesome, let's collaborate on something. And I think that's more there isn't that competition, that I want to do better than everybody else. I want to do more. I'm going it that doesn't exist, at least not in my world. Again, I believe we attract the kind of people that we put out the energy to attract. So yeah, I'm happy to see that this space, and what better space to start a business in, right?
Yeah, I completely agree. And I find that networking, you're getting to know other people and you want to do this business, and this business is important to you. It is your passion, it's your growth, your expansion. So I think all of these pieces are really good to create that side business. And let's remove the hustle
Yes, please.
and let's be in the flow and alignment of it, because when we're in the hustle of it, it then becomes this obligation. It becomes this, I've got to, I should, instead of, wow, now I'm here, I'm sharing, this is my experience, I'm with other women, or other groups, men who are really enjoying this, and you're just getting to know people and sharing your service that will transform somebody's life, whether it is a product or a service. It's then reframing. Mm,
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Instead of I should be doing this, I
mm,
get to do it, right? It's amazing. And it's so funny because I saw a post that you put out, like, for the day, what calms you, like, no, what do you do every day to make sure that you're going towards your goals? And for me, it really is setting an intention at the beginning of the day. And when I set the intention to have a calm day, a no hustle day, a no hurry day, it's like the hours actually slow down. I have time to do everything. It's like magic. And so that's what I do in my business as well. I don't want that hustle. I want this to feel good. I want to create great things. Um, and somehow it's magic. That's what I keep telling myself. It does happen, and it does helped me, because then I feel a little bit more focused on what I'm creating, instead of just thinking about, is this going to sell? Are people going to like, I cannot control that. I can control it to an extent. So when I'm putting myself into that thing I'm creating, when I'm being very conscious of what I'm doing, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And that is my experience, that as long as you create something that you're proud of, something that is going to serve a lot of people, it's going to happen. It might take 2 months instead of 1 week, but it's going to happen, I guarantee you.
Yeah. And it's really important. Like, I love how you set the intention for your day, because if we don't, right, we tend to get on that hamster wheel and all you're doing is going. You're trying to keep up and you're busy, which automatically leads to overwhelm instead of you're productive, you're enjoying your day. It's like you're always on this, I'm trying to keep up. I remember a friend of mine called me out on it. I was like, oh, I'm so busy, but. And she's like, really? And I'm like, really what? And then I had to stop and I'm like, oh my God, yes. And she's like, did you accomplish anything? Did you? And I'm like, I was productive. As soon as I shift from that, I am busy, my day is out of my control,
Yes.
to I am productive and everything is happening for me instead
Yeah.
of to me, you shift and reframe immediately. So I love that you put the intention that you always have time for everything you want to do during the day. You've now pulled yourself off that hamster wheel.
Yep.
And magic happens. It really does. All of a sudden, you have all this extra time to go
Yep.
for that walk, to
Yeah.
watch your movie, to have popcorn with your family, to
Yeah.
be present for the things that you choose
Yeah.
instead of that, gotta, go. And it's like, by the end of the day, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Because you were
What you
on that
do?
hamster wheel instead of the intentional, being super intentional of your time and your energy.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's actually how you reframe from the side hustle business to your business, big or small, or if even if it's on the side, you know, it just, for me, hustling, it tires me. Just the word, I get tired, right? Uh, so no, we're not hustling over here. No, we are creating a business that we're proud of, and that we enjoy, and that brings us joy, and
Mm.
we can do it all. It just depends how you look at it. It just depends how you set your intention and your day up for. I'm a big believer of that.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I agree. So I would love for you to share where people can reach out to you, what you are currently doing, and if you have a final tip for our audience today.
Okay, so people can find me here on Facebook. Um, I have a group called Life Mastery, and or Sara Fernandes. I'm everywhere, on Instagram as well, the Sara Fernandes. My website, thesarafernandes.com, because it's easy to remember, at least
Mhm.
for me. And yeah, and one last tip. Oh wait, they can find me on my magazine, lifemasterymagazine.com. It's really good. So if your audience wants to have a pick at magazine, just let me know. I'll send it to you, and you can send it to them for them to check out. And
Yeah.
yeah, and one last tip: start today.
Mm.
Don't wait to lose the 10 pounds. Don't wait until the kids leave home. Don't wait until you leave the job, until you have enough money. Start today. And the first little step after watching this is gratitude. Be grateful for where you are and what you have right now. Your life is going to change. I
Mm.
absolutely believe that. And from there, start setting your intentions, and you're going to win the world.
And we're going to put a link to the magazine. It is a subscription magazine, and she really does delve into issues for women today. Thank you so much for being here Sara. I meant to say happy Saturday. And for everybody else, have a
Thank
lovely
you.
rest of your Saturday afternoon and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you for having me.